afternoon, Mason Nation. It's Wednesday, April 16th, and welcome back to Mason Cable News. I'm Ashley Hill.
And I'm Gina Jerome. Tomorrow between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m., George Mason will be teaming up with Active Minds Group to promote the Post-Secret U Project. Active Minds was developed as a means of developing and supporting chapters of a student-run mental health awareness, education, and advocacy group. The Post-Secret U Project was designed as a means of implementing that model onto college campuses. Those of you interested will want to meet at the Grove or the area between Sub 1 and the Harris Theater. The meeting will have various goals, the first and foremost being to increase personal interactions between students on and off campus. If you're someone who is more introverted, this is a great opportunity to take your part and to share your secrets, regrets, and hopes to fellow students.
Well, changing your password every 180 days at Mason is a typical and simple procedure that we all have to do. But you may want to change your password a little sooner this time for your own safety. An email was circulated throughout the Mason community this Monday from Marilyn Smith, the Vice President for Information Technology and Chief Information Officer, regarding a software flaw nicknamed Heartbleed. Although this bug has been known for 2 years now, it was only publicly announced just recently this week. Heartbleed allows for a hacker to extract information from internet web sessions that uses secure servers or SSL encrypted web sessions. Mason web applications and ITU resources were affected but have been patched along with new encryption keys, making them safe to use. Along with this knowledge, the IT Resource Center is not aware of any vulnerable systems on the university network. To prevent any problems and to ensure your safety, Mason is recommending that you change your Mason password that you use to log into the central systems. For your own safety, also be aware of possible phishing emails that will attempt to take confident credentials. Hackers take advantage of confusion to steal private information, so be aware of any false notifications. Please take precautions to protect your information while the IT staff does their best to protect it too.
Wow, do I definitely have to be cautious when I'm on my computer. New Century College professor Mike Gilmore will be hosting the second annual Marijuana Water Project tomorrow at the Sub 1 Quad between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. The Marijuana Project is a fundraiser that aims to raise awareness around the Peruvian community's water problems, which have had a history of sanity and hygiene problems. As such, Professor Gilmore and other members behind the project have chosen to invest in bio-sand filters to clean the water and save people from dying via drinking contaminated water. The filters are $60, but you'll definitely want to come out to the event to see the real horrors present in the community and how you can make a real difference.
Well, this week for Patriot of the Week, we interviewed dance major Hannah King. Here's the interview.
And what do you do at GMU?
I am getting a BFA in dance in my junior year.
Oh, you're a dance major?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What was your first experience with dance?
I first started dancing when I was about 3. My mom put me in like creative ballet kind of class, and I kept dancing ever since then until in high school I actually went to a conservatory and finished my high school degree online. And then I came here. So I danced during the day, and I did my classes online at night or at a community college.
Why are you so passionate in dance?
I just love it. I think it's a really good form of communication because you don't have to agree with people's attitudes. You can just watch emotion and then discover it in yourself as an audience member. And then as an artist myself, I just love the art form. I love to move. I love working in the group aspect of like creating a piece. I think it's really interesting to listen to the music and see what that says in movement and just everything. So.
Also, another great opportunity that you have here is that you got the Oscar grant.
Yeah, so back about a year ago, I applied for the URSP Oscar grant, and that's Office of Student Scholarship, Undergraduate Research, and Creative Activities. That's that order. Student Scholarship, Creative Activities, and Undergraduate Research.
Yeah, it's a really
That's
long acronym.
Yeah, it's super long. But yeah, so it's through them. I got the URSP grant, and I wrote for it about now, found out about a month from now, like a year ago, and then I started working with them. I had a class first semester of this year, where we met like once or twice a month and discussed undergraduate research with our peers that also got the grant. And then separate from that, I worked on my own project. So my project was it was dance related. My research was choreography, and I wanted to create a piece that was about dependency and the cyclical action of that. And so kind of the idea that we set up these patterns that we're dependent on, and when these patterns get broken, we get really uncomfortable. So that was kind of the piece I wanted to create. And so I auditioned 6 GMU dancers. I had Kelsey McEachern, Marissa Graham, Kelsey Schaefer, Madison O'Brien, Hannah Carney, and one more. Oh, Nikki Stone.
Oh, you remembered.
I remembered, don't worry. And then I also had 3 understudies, Audrey Green, Cassidy Wagner, and Kelly Hogan. So all of us were in rehearsal together, and we created the piece. And then I used the grant money to actually buy fabric to work with Kat Buchanan, who's the costume woman here at GMU, for both the acting and the dance department, as far as I know, but definitely the dance department. And so we found a design of shorts that we wanted to create, and we got some red and purple Dupioni silk, which just means that if you turn it one way, it's purple. If you turn it the other way, it's red. And so we made some shorts out of that, and we got these really lovely 3/4 length leotards that they wore as well. And then it was performed in Harris in December.
Oh, how did it go?
It went great. It went so well. It was really exciting. It was the first time I'd seen a piece of mine performed on a stage that I wasn't in, because when I was younger, I got to choreograph sometimes, but I was always in the pieces. And then since being at GMU, I had the opportunity to choreograph, but they were always shown in studio series, which is cool too, but there's something really wonderful about having the lights go down on audience and having the full stage fill with your movement. So that was really cool. And then it was also really neat. With that, I actually had the opportunity to write an abstract about the piece, and I submitted it to NCUR, which is the National Conference in Undergraduate Research, and I got accepted, which was awesome. So me and my 6 dancers were actually funded by Oscar to go to Kentucky to perform the piece just 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was really awesome. It was super fun and amazing to see. Mason really shined at that a conference in general. I thought everyone's research from Mason was really impressive, and the presentations were just really professional, which was cool.
With all the things you've done, what do you want to do after GMU?
After GMU, well, it's hard to decide, but I'm looking to move to a big city. I haven't decided exactly where yet. I'm looking at the 3 frontrunners are San Francisco, New York, and Montreal, just because they have pretty cool dance scenes going on. But obviously, all of those have their difficulties. But I intend to keep dancing and hopefully choreographing. In our dance history class, we study a lot about how big names like Martha Graham and Paul Taylor became established. And not that I think I'm going to make it to that level, but often what they did was they just started companies with, the people around them, their peers, their friends. And so I'm kind of looking into doing that just because I am surrounded by a lot of really wonderful dancers here. And, the networking is already amazing just with the people who are here. So might as well get us going, and it would give me an opportunity to choreograph. But yeah, so that's basically my plan.
On to a commercial break.
Now for your event rundown.
Tomorrow at 11 a.m. is Appreciation Day for your fellow students at the North Plaza. You can write a thank you note, tweet about it, or post on Facebook your appreciation for being part of the Mason community.
Friday, April 25th from 2 to 8 p.m. at Lot L will be Mason Day. Tickets are free for anyone with a student ID and $10 for those without. Come out to join in Mason's diversity.
And now to Tyler with sports.
Good afternoon, Mason Nation, and welcome to the Mason Cable Sports Report. I'm your host, Tyler Byram. This weekend, the George Mason men's tennis team will participate in their very first Atlantic 10 Championship in Charlottesville, Virginia. Coming into the tournament in their inaugural season in the Atlantic 10, the Patriots earned a first-round bye by being ranked 5th out of the 11 teams. This will bring up a matchup against the number 4 seed Richmond Spiders on Friday. The winner will advance to the semifinals, and on Sunday night, another Atlantic 10 Conference champion will be crowned. Meanwhile, the women's tennis team has one more match to play against George Washington in the Revolutionary Rivalry this weekend before their championship weekend the week after. Speaking of the Revolutionary Rivalry, currently Mason is on top 8-7 over the Colonials after the baseball and softball teams won their series a couple weekends ago. The final 4 matchups in this rivalry will be in women's lacrosse, the aforementioned tennis match, golf, and women's rowing. That women's lacrosse matchup will be this Friday at 4 o'clock, hosted by George Washington. Coming into this game, both Mason and GW are 1-3 in conference play this season, and with a win, they both hope to advance to the top half of the conference. Finally, the baseball team will travel to Rhode Island for a 3-game series this weekend, as on Friday the softball team will host the Rhode Island Rams in Mason Athletics Game of the Week. Also, the men's volleyball team will travel to Princeton for their final game of the season, where with the win, the team will clinch the number 3 seed in the EIVA postseason tournament. That will conclude this edition of Mason Cable Sports. Make sure to follow us at MCN Athletics, as well as the athletic department at Mason Athletics on Twitter to stay updated on all of this week's events. Until next time, I'm Tyler Barr. See you next time, Mason.
Thank you, Tyler. Now, here are your tweets of the day.
This is a tweet by Madison Farley. If you ever want to tour George Mason, spring is definitely the time to do it.
I completely agree.
Definitely.
Mason is beautiful during the spring.
Especially with those cherry blossoms.
Yes. Our second tweet of the day says, come check out the new iPads at the JC Info Desk. Pretty cool.
Well, that's all the news we have for today, Mason Nation. I'm Gina Jerome.
And I'm Ashley Hill. Have a great day.